Kia ora koutou. Today we're outside and I hope you've all enjoyed spending a bit of time in Te Māra in your gardens. I really hope you went out there and had a good look around, noticed things that maybe you hadn't seen before and searched for some of the colours and different things in our scavenger hunt. Ember collected a whole basket of things here and she found rosemary. That smells so nice. I wonder if anyone else found any herbs. And you can have a look. This is her kete of treasures. You can see she found some things that weren't growing in the garden. She found some things outside that were toys, maybe plastic, pegs and a little cup. But that's okay because they're things that are special to her and things that she really loves. So whānau, parents, this is for you. When you're out and about in Te Māra, when you're gardening, painting, pruning, whatever you guys might be doing, just playing, being, there are some really simple things that you can do to help engage and support children's learning while you're outside. Perhaps with some of the things they collected yesterday, you can talk about it, ask them why they picked those things. I find if we ask open-ended questions, it really supports children's ability to think deeper and more creatively. Asking open-ended questions encourages their creative language and their thinking. By encouraging the use of similes and metaphors when you're out in the garden, that also supports their creative thinking. So comparing things using like or as, you can establish that if they find a flower, what's that flower like? What does it look like to you? You might get some wonderful poetic language, like the flower is dancing on the grass. Things like that. The worm is as long as a snake. While you're in Te Māra, there's also a lot of opportunity for mathematical thinking. And that's through counting, through identifying, sorting and classifying. The children could go on a leaf hunt, find all the leaves they can get, classify them. Which ones are similar, which ones are different, how many. Counting's a really fantastic thing to do, and you can encourage the children to hypothesize. How many flowers do you think there are on that bush? How many leaves on that tree? And by leaving those questions open-ended as well, again, you really encourage their predictive thinking. You might get, there's 50, there's 50, 100, 20,010 are common things. Doesn't matter if the number's not right, but we're grasping a sense of their predictions, their thinking, their theories, and seeing where they're at. It's also great if you do know to help identify things, looking at the flowers, the weeds and the grass. Name it. It's a dandelion if you know. If you don't, perhaps it could be a fun thing to do together, to research, look up, find out what the plants are around our homes. Now tamariki. There are so many fun things that we can do with our natural resources, with our taonga, our treasures that you've found in Te Māra, and you know lots about it. For example, you could collage. You can show your mum and dad, tell them the things you need for collage. Go and find some more of the puti that you found. You might have found one red one whiro puti. Go and find some more. Then all you need is a brush, some glue, and even if you don't have glue at home, mum and dad might have a glue stick. Get some paper, some cardboard is especially good if you've got thick things, and create a collage. You could create other sorts of art. Stick puti to letters and write letters to your friends. You could also draw the things that you found. Get a piece of paper, spread out your taonga around the paper and draw them. What things do you see? Where did they come from? You could draw your leaf or your puti, but you could also draw the tree or the bush they came from. Imagine how they grew. How did they drop? How were they connected? There's lots of questions and lots of things you can think about when you're doing your art with your puti and your natural resources. So with the 2 sticks, e rua rākau, that you found yesterday, they might have been small ones or big ones, but we want to get the idea of playing like rākau. So, on Spotify or YouTube, Mum and Dad can find Anika Moa's soundtrack. It's called Songs for Bubbas. And on Songs for Bubbas, there is Oma Rapati. And so you guys can practice that, put it on loud and have a play. Oma, down on the ground. Rapati, with your ears. Piko, 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 toro. So you can do that and teach your brothers and sisters. Now, Emma, do you have any other ideas for patterns with your rākau?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you show us?
Okay.
Different things you can do.
Okay.
So together you can create patterns,
And I
rhythms.
can also do this.
So have fun with that. And on that soundtrack, there's also a song called Ahaka Ma. And that's that awesome, funny song that helps you learn about the vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. You can show Mum and Dad how clever you are at your Māori sounds and play it together and have fun. So until next time, ka kite anō.